Hey everybody. So this video is designed to help everybody prepare for the start of school in the fall. I know that we have been dealing with some amazing things over the last few months, and I think Weston Public Schools has done a really impressive job educating our kids and moving them in the right direction despite these constraints that we've been teaching in. So this is the plan. I think we all need to start getting used to this, right? Seeing a lot of this, hearing a lot of this, wearing this, practicing this. And I'm going to go through some slides that were designed to help plan for us for the year. And, hopefully we can get something out of this and be ready. And if you have questions, we're always here to kind of help figure that out. All right. So what is COVID-19? Well, COVID-19 is a coronavirus that spreads via respiratory droplets. I think this is obviously underselling this, worldwide pandemic that's been caused. But what you need to know is that it's respiratory, right? So that's the reason that we're going to be wearing masks, or we're going to be asking kids to wear masks, because that's how it spreads. So if you're covered up, you're less likely to spread. As we look at the next slide here, you'll see some visual representations of that, right? So as we cough, the droplets that contain the virus go into the air. If you are near somebody that is coughing and is infected without a mask on, you will be breathing in their droplets into your nose, mouth, and possibly your lungs. Same thing if you are not wearing a mask and you are sick. As you cough and sneeze and all that, you will be sending droplets onto devices like computers, phones, and all that. So as you look down here, right, that's the picture of the phone, right? As you pick up the phone, your fingers from touching that after you've just coughed onto your hand, and then you could then infect yourself if you had touched a compromised device, right? So we'll be doing lots of, wiping things down, sanitizing, and again, the wearing the masks is the way that we're going to prevent this from spreading so quickly. Okay, so the person-to-person spread is how scientists believe that this is spread most commonly. This is usually happening between people who are in close contact with each other, so within 6 feet. It's done through respiratory droplets, like we discussed before, produced when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or talks. These droplets can land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby, and then possibly inhale them into your lungs. COVID-19 may be spread by people who are not showing symptoms, which is why even if you're not feeling sick, you should still be wearing a mask and asking others to do the same. A little outfit change. So the virus may be spread in other ways. It may be possible that a person can get COVID-19 by touching a surface or an object that has the virus on it, and then touching your own mouth, nose, possibly their eyes. This is not thought to be the main way of how the virus spreads, but we're still learning more about how this virus spreads all around. I think there's been a lot of data that's come out saying this is harder to spread this way, but we're still going to be doing a good job about sanitizing and wiping things down on a regular basis, especially during lunch and all that time. So your health is in your own clean hands. We're going to keep using our proper hand washing techniques. The buildings and ground folks and custodians have done an amazing job making sure that our sinks now last for more than 20 seconds when you're trying to wash your hands. All right, so you have to retouch the spout. You need to basically keep doing this to make sure that we don't keep spreading the virus by not washing our hands and then touching our face. Next slide here says that adults touch their face an average of 15 to 20 times an hour. I'd say I probably shatter that. Upwards of 50 with the glass touches and all that. So let's just make sure we're cleaning our hands. You'll notice that outside of every classroom, we're planning on having some hand sanitizer. There's going to be, just gallons and gallons of it brought to the school. All right, so let's just keep reminding students and yourself to use them. Let's just review one more time different ways that we can protect ourselves. We're going to keep washing our hands often. We're going to do our best to keep our hands away from our face. We're going to wear a clean mask properly, right? So don't have the same mask every day. All right, I'm using this recycled yoga pants mask right here, and I've got 3 of these, so I keep tossing them in the laundry every day or two. And I think once kids are in the school, it's definitely going to be every day. We're going to Practice social and physical distancing. Okay, so our classes are going to be spread out as safely as possible. When we're in the hallways, they're going to be one way. In the middle school anyway, and other schools are coming up with safety plans around walking in the hallway. Really important that you stay home if you're sick. All right, well, it's really important to clean and disinfect high-touch surfaces. All right, so anything that's being touched on a regular basis. I know our custodians are ready to, be very active and clean those bathrooms every hour or two and touch those surfaces, make sure those handles and stuff are clean. So let's just keep working on that together. Proper hand washing techniques. You're going to start with wetting your hands. You then apply soap. You wash your hands for 20 seconds, sing happy birthday a couple times, rinse well, dry your hands, and then turn off the water with a paper towel. So that's what's nice is that we have most of our sinks are the push on top, and then you have to touch it again. So I might even open the door also with a paper towel. Proper use of hand sanitizer. Step one, you're going to place a drop of sanitizer the size of a dime in your palm. You're going to rub your palms together, palm to palm. Step three, you're going to do the backs of the fingers and the opposing palms with your fingers interlocked. And then step four, you're going to dry your hands safely with air. Okay, so air dry. All right, so it's going to be mandatory to wear a mask in the building. And that's going to be for students and staff. We've been practicing in the summer with our admin for sure. You can read these guidelines if you'd like from the state, but I'm going to go into some more specifics here. All right, why do we wear masks? Masks are effective in helping to slow the spread of COVID-19. If you used, in addition to regular hand washing and social distancing, masks help to prevent asymptomatic people from transmitting the disease unknowingly, and masks may help to remind you to not touch your face. And the CDC head just came out, I think yesterday, basically saying that if everybody wore a mask in the whole country, we could, really, really flatten this out in 4 to 6 weeks. The right way to wear a mask. Face covering should fit snugly but comfortably against the side of your face. It should be able to be laundered and machine dried without damage or changing to the shape. It should be secured with ties or ear loops. So I've got a tie on here, right? And I know some people like to hang it on the ear. Multiple layers of fabric, and allow breathing without restriction. I'm going to show this video that came from someone really important, Mass Department of Health. And here it goes.
Social distancing and staying home are the best ways to limit the spread of COVID-19. But if you must go out, make sure you cover your face. You can use anything that covers your nose and mouth, including dust masks, scarves, and bandanas. But leave the surgical masks and N95s for healthcare workers. When you wear a cloth mask, it should fit snugly against the side of your face. Be secured with ties or ear loops. Include multiple layers of fabric. Allow for breathing without restriction. And be able to be laundered and machine dried without damage. When putting on and taking off a mask, only touch the ties or ear straps. Don't touch the front of the mask. And wash your hands after touching it. Remember, masks slow the spread when you must go out. But staying home and social distancing are the best ways to protect yourself and others. For more information, visit mass.gov/COVID-19.
So let's look at a couple examples of ways that you're not supposed to wear your mask. I'm breaking one of the rules right now, but I promise I'm socially distancing in the library here in the middle school. I'm wearing the mask necklace right now. We've got the mask goatee and the mouth mask. We're going to have kids that are going to be doing this in school for sure. I think you just got to keep reminding them nicely and just say, hey, it's got to be safe here. We're trying to be safe. Let's all put our mask on properly and stuff like that. They just need some reminders. I don't think kids are going to be doing anything purposely, right? They're just going to be kids, right? So let's just help them remember. We can take a look here at proper face mask, right? So you can see that the nose and mouth are completely covered and breathing can still happen. All right, we have a really nice video here made by the Weston Fire Department.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Firefighter Chris Conlon. I'm with Firefighter Rob Jarofsky, and we're with the Weston Fire Department. Today, we're going to tell you about properly putting on and removing surgical masks. The CDC has recommended that everybody wear masks in a public setting, and they're recommending it could either be 1, a surgical mask, 2, a respirator, or 3, a homemade device. For a homemade device, you can search on YouTube. There are a number of videos explaining how to do that. If you do have a surgical mask, make sure you're applying it. First, wash your hands. Next, put it against your ears without having medical gloves on. Ensure that your mouth and nose are covered. And if there's a metal bar, make sure to press it so it perfectly forms against your nose. Then you can put your medical gloves on. When removing your mask, first remove your gloves. Remove the strap from behind your ears. Properly discard the mask. And then remember to wash your hands. Good afternoon.
Thanks for that, Weston. Fire Department. All right, so whenever possible, it's really important that we maintain 6 feet away from each other in a school setting. There's going to be times where we're less than 6 feet from each other. I think it's going to be really hard to avoid. I think if you're doing it as much as possible, you're going to be safe. And we're wearing a mask all the time, right? So the 6 feet was made to say basically that if you stay 6 feet away from someone, you don't need a mask. We're going to be wearing a mask and also trying to be 6 feet away from each other at all times too. All right, so that's going to be an enhanced safety. I think something that's really, really important is that if you're feeling sick at all, please stay home, right? We really will be, making people uncomfortable if you're coughing and sneezing and you look like you have a fever and all that. So please stay home. We're going to go over these questions to ask yourself before you come to school. So in the past 10 days, have you had any symptoms of COVID-19? A fever over 100, cough, shortness of breath, sore throat, headache, fatigue, body or muscle aches, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and loss of taste or smell. In the past 14 days, has anyone in your family or close contacts had symptoms of COVID? All right, with those same things that we just read. Have anyone in your family or close contacts been diagnosed with COVID-19? If a close contact is defined as someone within 6 feet of someone that's greater than 15 minutes, all right? And have you traveled outside of Massachusetts in the past 14 days? This is not travel to and from work, all right? But if you've done some vacationing, you need to make sure that you've been safe there or consider quarantining. All right, so if you answered yes to any of the 4 questions that we just talked about, please do not come into school. If you have questions or need guidance or anything like that, please contact your school nurse. Denise Schwerzler is the middle school nurse. She's amazing, and she'll answer your questions, or our HR director, Tim Heavey. I know that during this video, I've touched my face a bunch of times. Let's keep avoiding that as much as possible. Coming into the school, all right, you're going to have to put your mask on as you're kind of like before you leave your car. There will be an entrance and one exit as much as possible. We're working on plans around that still, so this is flexible. Right now we're trying to figure out the best plan possible, waiting for more guidance. We're going to sanitize hands upon entry into the building. Gloves will be available if you would like, and you proceed right to your classroom or office area. Only district staff are allowed in the building at this time. We're not going to have any visitors in the building, so parents can't come in right now. We're going to come up with new guidelines as they come out, okay? But right now we're going to be only letting students and teachers and staff in the building. As we go down here, when wearing gloves, all right, they should be removed when leaving one area and going to another. All right, if you use gloves, especially when touching doorknobs, copy machine buttons, fixtures, and other frequently touched objects in the school, just please wipe them down after you use that. Here's the correct way to remove gloves. You pinch and hold the outside of the glove near the wrist area. You pull downwards away from the wrist towards the fingers, right? The glove inside out. Pull the glove until it is removed from the hand, holding the inside out glove with the gloved hand. You then continue to pull the glove down and over the inside out glove being held in your gloved hand. You peel downwards again away from the wrist, turning the glove inside out. And then with your ungloved hand, you're now going to do the same thing on the other side. And then you're going to have a ball of glove there. That way you're touching only, once you've taken it off, you're only going to be touching the inside of the glove, which has just been touching you anyway. So you're not going to get contaminated. All right, so thank you for listening and or watching this video. And I think it's really important that we all work together and make sure that we're collaborating and coming up with new ideas and reading articles and sharing good practices and all that. I know we sent out a survey asking for your feedback, and that is really important to us as we plan for the fall because we're trying to make this place as safe as possible, right? Whatever school you're working in, all right, there's going to be a detailed safety plan ready to go that is following all the guidelines that we've been given. So again, if you read a great article, please share it with your building administrator. We really want to get better and get smarter any chance we get. And we're going to keep our kids safe and do our best to teach them in a very difficult situation. Thank you for all the hard work you do.